What is your favorite part in an NBA match? For me, it is actually watching players break down the defenders off the dribble. That is the most satisfying part of the match. We accept that an ankle-breaking crossover dribble is also a jaw-dropping moment. When poorly done, these can be frustrating too, right? Are you good at these crossovers and handles in your game? When done well, it can just keep your opponent open-mouthed. Happy to see you back, sports fanatics. Welcome to our channel Amaze Balls, where you can run up the track for all the sports-related content. Today we are looking for some exciting handles and crossovers made by forwards. Excited? Okay, if you are a newbie, let me introduce you to the handles and crossovers. Handles describe a player's ball handling and dribbling skills. To make it simple, the guards in the past more did these primary ball handlers. But LeBron James and Kevin Durant are bringing the ball up court. Needless to say, all the best handlers may not be point guards too. Remember, the key to ball handling is balance. And to say about the crossover, this move is actually a way of faking out other basketball players. They do this by rapidly swapping the ball from one hand to another. Eventually, they change the direction of travel. Nikola Jokic. He didn't evolve to be the best passing big man in the NBA by accident. If you have seen his double behind-the-back crossover, you might have got what we mean. Well, the spectators just uttered a single word: insane. Jokic placed his dribbling skills on display to feed late access for the crossover of the year. He has just made the two Kings defenders left in the dust. We would say this is just one instance of why he is regarded as a unique and entertaining player in the league. Jamal Murray and Richaun Holmes were the two victims of this scene. Okay, just look at Kevin Durant. You might have asked yourself 100 times why this man has the best crossover.
God, and then some! Wow! Man, you talking about slicing and dicing?
We would say him as a killer crossover specialist. The 9-time All-Star, 2-time Finals MVP, and 4-time scoring champ just made Giannis Antetokounmpo look bad, as if he was watching the awful scene in a movie. He puts a pleasant crossover against Giannis. You might have noticed Durant is slow in Game 1 vs Milwaukee Bucks.
Good defense. Chris Middleton takes all the way. And Middleton right there elongating to the basket. And it looked like Durant, frustration, turned the ball over backboard. I'm not sure.
But in Game 2, Durant astonished the audience with a brutal crossover before shooting the jump shot. Even like us, LeBron James enjoyed the double crossover. King James took to Twitter to pen his thoughts on the nasty double crossover, and you might have understood what Giannis must have been feeling at that moment. Kevin has just become a ruthless beast after his prolonged injury. Cool, now look at Anthony Davis. Before taking his first legal drink, he had just made his first All-Star game. He exhibits the skills to dominate on both offense and defense.
Oh, he's met at the rim by Davis.
This Lakers team, oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Oh, meet you at the summit, my friend.
Goodness, what a shit.
He is often regarded as the deadliest two-way weapon. He recreates like a big with the guard's handles. His ridiculous grip just gives him the capability to break down almost any defender at will.
Someone that size and that shot, look at that, nothing but.
The next one on our list is Joe Johnson. He might not be known for his dirty crossovers, but Joe Johnson's crossover on Paul Pierce is legendary. In the Nets' win over the Celtics, it nearly drops into his knees. He displayed one of the finest performances with the most masterful dribbling skills. His uncanny ability to change directions that can create the necessary space. You might have seen the best, but he does the smoothest handle in the game.
There's strong guys in the middle. Johnson in the lane. Johnson takes it.
The next one on our list is Zion Williamson. He has especially shown off his craft set rejecting the screen, dribbling off the pick into open space to shoot the basket. You can observe how that unfolds in games during this talk sign pick and roll with J.J. Redick. He rejects the screen with a crossover as he turns the corner on Tillman, plus the swooping finish. That is impressive. We won't argue with you if you consider him a bulldozer when he pushes to the basket. The improvement as a passer is an absolute scary sight for the others in the NBA. The Pelicans utilized Williamson as the pick-and-roll ball handler, with J.J. Redick is unstoppable. Meet Julius Randle. The next one is on our list. If you have seen the impressive touch by Julius Randle against the New York Knicks, you must have known why he is on this list. What impressed the audience more is that Julius cut the Lakers' deficit to 1 entering halftime by putting in this soft floater. With pull-up jumpers and playmaking, he has just made all the games fun to watch. You might be thinking we forgot to mention Los Angeles Lakers big man Julius Randle astonishing a behind-the-back crossover. Well, we didn't. Against the Sacramento Kings, his handle as he shakes Ben McLemore would be too expensive to forget. Well, the next one is an on-court exploit and, of course, unstoppable Giannis Antetokounmpo. Familiar name, we have mentioned him before in our video. If you ask about his best ability, we might say Giannis' power to keep crossovers low enough to dodge swiping hands is too good to watch. But you might sound like his signature spin move. What if the Greek man can handle the rock like a point guard? In the case of Antetokounmpo, the what-if questions can endure. Counting players as big as Giannis to handle the ball and create was exceptionally rare in the last few years. Against the New Orleans Pelicans, the Greek guy does it all himself with a spin move and two-handed flush. Outstanding show by Giannis. His exploits can be lit in the stadium. The next one is Pascal Siakam. Siakam has impressed the NBA with the Toronto Raptors in his breakout 2018-2019 season.
That basket counts. Raptors get the W. And how much confidence does Nick Nurse have in this?
The Cameroonian basketball player has made all the NBA fans shook with a crossover to Georgia's Niang of Philadelphia. If you have seen his game, you have to accept that his crossover skills are supernatural. Tim Duncan, the former player and current assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs, is no less to this crossover. You might feel sorry for Amir Johnson after watching Duncan's inviting full-court dribble. Can you cross over the master of this skill set? Well, Tim crossovers move on young LeBron James was just too good for our eyes. You might not see him in this fancy beast number, but these moments will always be on top. It is nothing but pure entertainment. To find a list without this man is just impossible. His brilliance with the ball is just awe-inspiring. You might have got who we are pointing to. LeBron James. He is no outsider to fancy skills. You would say there are many with these skills up their sleeves. But trust us, nobody can find crossovers and ankle breakers like him, which literally can blow your mind. The master of manipulation and twisting his rivals on the court. Okay, let's start with the Thabo Cephalosha. Don't worry, Thabo, if you think you are embarrassed. LeBron James is a master at making defenders look bad. James sent Cephalosha sprawling to the floor with a nice crossover. He tried many times to take up James's space, but it only poked the beast to be unstoppable. Eventually, he passed on to Matthew Dellavedova, who shot the open three-pointer. Well, if you look at this, James vs. Tim Duncan might bring that goose pimples. Well, they have locked horns many times, but do you want to see how LeBron just takes him effortlessly? If you ask us who is the best player, we would be forced to say that they are the superheroes of the respective teams. It is never a secret that LeBron James is hard to defend. And if he makes some great moves, then it is an absolute nightmare for the opponents. Yep, we got an ankle breaker. If you love an ankle breaker that sends the player off the court, then this is for you. LeBron breaks Bottom's ankles with a great crossover in the third quarter against Portland. Bottom plunged and slid some feet until he was under the basket out of bounds. The quickness of the move is the key to its success. Killer performances. Indeed, legends. We are damn sure that many of these in our list are your phantom. We would love to know which performance impressed you. Don't forget to mention your favorite crossover or handles seen in this video. Sound off in the comment section. On your way to the comment section, and blow up the thumbs up button for us. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Be that perfect sports fanatic till we see it in the next video. Thank you.